Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. Good evening to all of you in YouTube land, and I hope and pray that all of you and yours are happy and healthy, safe and well. Right now the time is approximately 8:30, I'm going to say that's 8:33 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020. It is my pleasure to continue this ongoing series of videos. I keep saying ongoing. This more than a walkthrough series of videos featuring the Mystic Male Tarot, which was created by Jennison Jr. I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of the cover of the box. We're close to this card, by the way. This is the Judgment card. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I would like to shoot for completing the entire deck before the end of December 2020. I'm pushing for it. It might not happen. And this is the back of the card design. And I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of this as well. And you can see on the bottom it has the logo for Mr. Jennison Jr.'s company, Astonishing Queer Tales. I love that. And the card we're going to be focusing on today is the Justice card. But first, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous card. I raved about the back of the card design in virtually every video in this series. I love it. The purple background, the crescent moons, the Ouroboros, which is the snake with its tail in its mouth. I love this. And this is the Justice card. Honey, look at what you're not wearing. Anyway, that's a big sword. Ooh, it's a big sword. Okay. Silliness aside. Just a quick reminder, in Mr. Jennison Jr.'s writings about this tarot deck, he's written that when a card is reversed or upside down, it is referred to as the shadow side, which would imply that when the card is right side up or upright, it is the light side. So, turn to the little white booklet, which has the Magician on the cover. Justice, Trump 11, astrologically aligned with the sign Libra, which makes perfect sense given the imagery. The truth will set you free, and the result is fair and just. Every cause has an effect, good and bad. The shadow side dishonestly clouds the... the shadow side represents the following. Dishonesty clouds the issue and may lack the accountability you seek. That's a very profound insight. So, my take on the Justice card is more traditional and magical than intuitive. So, the Justice card in a lot of tarot decks and in a lot of tarot books that feature tarot card meanings represents a legal issue. Either the client is going to court, or the client is suing somebody, or the client is being sued. I always found it interesting that there are two cards in the major arcana that feature names that are directly related to jurisprudence, both justice and judgment. Which, interestingly enough, all of those words, jurisprudence, justice, and judgment, begin with the same two letters, J-U. Never noticed that before. And of course, the Justice card is an indication that justice ideally is going to be served. That may not necessarily be a good thing depending upon the client's situation, but it is an indication of a harmonizing or a balancing of sorts. And I would say that probably one of the esoteric interpretations of the Justice card is divine order, divine balance, divine harmony. Magically speaking, I've always associated the Justice card with the ancient Egyptian goddess Mayet. Mayet is, I've often referred to her as the ancient Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, and the Egyptian way. But in reality, she is the Egyptian goddess of karma. Although I still have not yet found out what the ancient Egyptian word for karma is. One day that will happen, and then I'll begin using that ancient Egyptian word instead of the Sanskrit word karma. But that's what Mayet represents. And I guess another esoteric interpretation of the Justice card is karma. Is karma, and not just a karmic reward. It could be an indication of a karmic debt that must be repaid. And the fact of the matter is that if we're in a body, it's because there is we have accrued a certain number of karmic rewards and a certain number of karmic debts. Now, I remember years ago watching a special on TV, and I mean like a regular TV, not like free TV, not online, that said that one of the most powerful ways that a person can wipe out all of their karmic debts in one fell swoop is to die a violent death. I'm not looking for a violent death. I've already made my peace with the fact that I will reincarnate. Of course, for all I know, they could shock the hell out of me and say, "Oh, you're done. You don't need to reincarnate anymore." And I'd be like, "What? You sure? Are you really sure? Because I don't know. That sounds suspect to me. But for all I know, it could be the last one. But I actually do not have a problem reincarnating. I really don't. You know what? Maybe that's another esoteric interpretation for the Justice card. Reincarnation. Something to think about. Anyway, so thank you to John C. Jennison Jr. Again, thank you so much for creating the Mystic Male Tarot. I am a firm believer that representation matters, and I have had the honor and pleasure of having these conversations both online and off with the Michelle Swan Graham, who is Swan of Dreamers on YouTube. And both of us know that representation matters. And I really dig seeing gay men, and especially gay men of color, in a tarot deck or in an oracle card deck. It means a lot to me. It really does. You know, and the fact of the matter is that I am a gay man. I am a man of color by virtue of having a maternal grandmother whose maternal grandmother was a black woman. And a lot of people who are from Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic have that African blood running through their Caribbean veins. And it means a lot to me to see me in a tarot deck. You know, people who look like me in a tarot deck, people who live like me, who love like me in a tarot deck. And of course, thank you to all of you in YouTubeLand for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the shares, even on social media platforms that I don't use anymore, for example, Facebook. And of course, what's the matter, Isis? And thank you for all of you who have been subscribing to my YouTube channel. And thank you to all of you who have been scheduling your sessions. I promise you, my scratchy throat is gone. Thank you, Traditional Medicinal's throat coat. And my slight soreness is gone as well. And I will be drinking some throat coat tomorrow and for the next few days, just to be on the safe side. I wish all of you many blessings, the happiest of holidays, the happiest of New Year's, and of course, to all of you and yours, I wish for you and yours peace and prosperity, love and light, protection and peace, money and magic, clarity and illumination, and stay tuned for the next video.